What up? I'm back. Today is September 3rd, a Saturday. It's either Saturday, dude. I am so tired, bruh. Today was whatever, man. I was so tired today just from not breathing last night. And I didn't really understand how tired I was until really today when I got through working. And I was like, man, my body is beat. And like I'm so tired, like, but I can't sleep yet. So I came home actually tried to take a nap, but that did not happen. Did not happen at all. And it's so weird, man. It's so weird being home and not painting. Like, it's miserable. And like I tried to do it, but I was like, dude, this is boring. It's like laying there, like it's boring in bed, like trying to go to sleep a little bit or something. But whatever. Being that I didn't paint, like, I know I'll get to go to sleep early. The process won't take that long to upload everything and get it ready and then go to sleep. And it's been a very long time since my lungs have been like this. And really probably last year and a half, really. Whatever. So I don't know. I know I need to do a fast, but I don't know. It's whatever. My body's just catching up. I guess it just means I need to get healthier. And whatever. But today was cool. Like I said, I was super tired. I'm still super tired. Like, it's hard to keep my eyes open, but it is what it is. It's just part of it. It's part of my life. It's part of burning the candle on both ends and just moving, changing. Just doing whatever, man. Whatever you gotta do. It's just regular. And it's fun, man. Life is fun, and it's always a blast. I got up this morning and I went and got fruit. Got a wheatgrass shot or whatever, something like that, and then headed to the job and stopped my big ceiling. And then I stomped another ceiling again just because it wasn't thick enough because I didn't really have enough material the other day. And so that's done. I'm going to have to spray the ceilings now just because a lot of bleed through being that the house is so old. So I'm going to have to spray the ceilings real quick. It won't take me that long. And it'll take me longer to prime the gun and clean the gun out than it will for me to freaking paint the ceiling, spray the ceilings, but I'll have to let them dry. I probably won't spray them until Monday. I'm going to give them a couple of days to dry. And I'm going to go over there tomorrow and do drywall work, I guess. Just get all my drywall taped in and coated and all that stuff. Shouldn't take me too long. It's just going to be a lot of piling the mud on there as quick as I can, especially. So I'm lucky I only have like 4 or 5 corners to do, so I can get them through in a couple coats. So I can blast those on and then give them a couple days to dry. And it is what it is. It's just part of drywall, man. It is what it is. It's just regular life. But today was awesome, dude. There was like a little Bluetooth speaker at the job to the left, so I just used it today instead of having my headphones in, and it was cool. It was cool because it was different for me. Usually I have either one headphone in or 2. Usually when I work, I like to only really kind of have one because it allows me to hear ambient sounds other places. And being that I'm on the spectrum for sure. And I know I always have multitask. That's why I have the music the way it is. That's why I have the music as loud as it is. Because I focus when I have multiple things going on at once. That's the way I focus as a human being. It's the way I've always been. I need multiple things. I need multiple actions happening at once so I can focus on everything, on the totality of a lot of things and not one. I'm not a single-minded human being. I soak in everything, 360 around me at all times. That's why I'm fucking so smart. It's because I pick up everything at one time and I categorize it and I'm freaking compartmentalize everything and it's all organized in my brain. Super crazy, even though on the outside it doesn't look like that. On the outside, I'm all over the place. However, I still know where everything is. And that's why I like OCD stuff, because it is what it is, but at the same time, it takes time. And being that, like, some days I just freak out and I have to clean. And I started cleaning today, man. And it's just, but when I get in those moods, I throw stuff away, dude. I just throw everything away. Like, I need less stuff. I need less stuff. And like, I haven't touched this in a minute. Like, just throw the shit away. I don't need it. And I'm really fixing to do a big one of those, probably this week or next week. Just throw everything away. I hate to waste, but at the same time, it's like, man, I don't need it. It's just taking up space. And in my life, I need more space so I can accept more coming in. And it makes zero sense, but it makes all the sense in the same, and you understand it if you're on the level that I'm at. But I mean, I just don't need anything. And every day I just start to realize more and more. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff because I have a lot of tools. And being that I'm a jack of all trades and I can fix pretty much anything, I have a tool for everything. And it's just way too much stuff. And I'm done with being a jack of all trades when it comes to building houses and stuff like that. Like, it's cool, it's good money. It's really good money, but it's just like, it eats up too much time. And if my purpose is to talk to people, like, literally, it's to talk to people. It's to just be vulnerable with people, just to exist, to listen, and then to give a perspective that they've never seen, and to let them know that the feelings that they have are valid, and to let them understand that what they feel in their body, in their mind, in their head is okay to feel. Now let's dive into why you're feeling this way. Why do you feel this way? Why do you feel conflicted? Why do you feel double-minded? Why does love make you feel so fucking overwhelmed? And then why you try and run from it? Because you never felt like it before, man. I had an interaction with a human today, dude, and it makes me happy. It's probably one of the craziest talks that I think I've ever had. Being this human being has gone through kind of the same things as far as, like, yeah, he's probably 25, 30 years older than me, whatever. And but we talked today, and like I told him, like, you know, it's cool. I'm here to listen, and I'm gonna tell you what I've gone through, because what you're dealing with now is the same concept. And, like, we're the same person. We've gone through the same ideas, and our brains are the same. And so he kind of told me that someone was doing something for him, and said that, you know, someone told him he loved them, and that they were going to do something for him. And so he just started telling me about it, and like, I was in the same boat as him, like, and I let him tell me everything, and I was like, dude, that's fucking love. I was like, that's love, dude. I was like, it's love. I was like, it's the most overwhelming feeling in the world. When you truly feel loved, and being that me and him were kind of the same, I was like, look, this is what I realized. I realized, once I felt what love was, what real love was, not love from a human with conditions, but love. Because unconditional love only exists because humans exist, because it was created by humans. Everything else in the world that is alive is love. And it's just love. There's no conditions on it. All of nature is nothing but love. They're doing their job so we can experience and live life. Animals doing their job so we can live life. And so I told him, I was like, you know, this is why I walked away from my family. This is why I walked away from everyone. Because I started to understand that I've never truly felt love. Ever. And whether it was, honestly, never. And it had nothing to do with me being capable of accepting it or not. And I know this for a fact now, because it had a little bit to do with it, but it didn't. In the totality, it didn't. Because once I truly felt love, I felt love in myself for me. And that was something I never felt. And then once I realized that the whole universe loves me completely and is alive and doing its thing for me, dude, I was fucking overwhelmed. Dude, I was so overwhelmed with love. To understand that that tree right there is standing there still for me, so I can breathe, so I can live. That the rain falls from the heavens, so I can live, so I can experience life, so I can do whatever I want, good, bad, whatever you want to call it, but that I can experience life in any way, shape, or form. And I told him, I was like, from day one, dude, when you came out the womb, all the universe was there for you. All of it. And it was just engulfing you in love. And then as we grow up, we get programmed by our parents. We get hurt by our parents because they don't know how to love. They don't understand what love is, because it was a cycle from their parents and their parents before them. And it was all based on conditions. All of it on conditions. And I said, this is why I walked away. Because my whole life, for 35 years, I walked in nothing but guilt. Guilt from everyone in my family. Everyone. Brothers, sisters. And like I told him, I was like, it had nothing to do with them per se. Like, they didn't, especially my brothers and sisters that I know of. Like, I mean, probably a little bit. Probably more so my older brothers than my little brother. But my older brother, my older sister, my sister. But I don't think I've ever felt that for my little brother, ever. Not once. But yeah, not once for my little brother. But that, you know, my whole family, cousins, all of them, that, you know, unless they were younger than me, unless they were kids, younger than me, any adult, really, for the most part, I mean, there's good people in there, actually, but I just always felt this guilt, because they would always bring up, we accepted you in this family, you're part of this family, we did this, we did that, we do this, we love you. And then the actions would sound something different, you know. And even, like, so most of the times it was just guilt. It was all guilt. Like, I'm the special little poster child. You saved me from the pits of hell. You saved me from a rough life. You saved me from this. You saved me from that. And then out of your great graces, your beautiful heart, you chose me. I'm the lucky one. And I am lucky. But this is double-sided here. And it has to be double-sided. It's a little bit more complicated. It's not just one side. Because this is what I felt as a child, up until I was 35 years old. And I would watch, and then they would get me to do all this stuff for them and shit like that. And I had to do it because I felt fucking obligated to do it. I had this guilt. So anytime anyone asked me anything in my family, I would fucking go drop everything I'm doing and go do it. Because I thought I was obligated to do it because it's all this fucking guilt. I call it adoption guilt, but... And I told him that. I said, man, I said it wasn't really until recent that I realized that I didn't have that feeling with all these people that I worked for. I mean, I had a little bit of guilt, but it was every relationship with people that I worked for the last 20-something years. Like, I mean, it was transferred over, that guilt and stuff, and the way I worked with people and dealt with people was because I was programmed for my family. And so I would people please and do stuff for free and all kinds of crap like that. which it is what it is. It's not a big deal. It is what it is, and I don't care about none of that stuff really, to be honest with you. However, in the moment, I understand what my logic was, and that's why I hate logic, because logic is stupid. And I think, man, I'm just, the majority of logic is stupid. And the majority of logic gets you in trouble. And what you're supposed to be able to do is you're supposed to use your feelings, right? And then you understand when your feelings fail or where they're weak. And then you use a little bit of logic there and you form an answer. You use both sides of you, your logic and your feeling, and then you create an answer. However, the logic that I say is stupid is a logic programmed from other human beings. That's what I think is stupid. Because their logic was programmed by somebody else before them. They just blindly trusted the person before them. That's stupid. And so now when I use logic for myself. I use logic based on what I understand and what I know. And what my goal is. And then I go from there. And my logic is super fast. Like boom, squares go in the square hole. Unless another hole will fit it. And it just depends on what my goal is for the equation. And but whatever. I'm all over the place tonight. I'm tired. And but whatever. So I told him I had the skill. And and then I told him, I was like, and because I've heard him say, and I always hear people, blood is thicker than water, blood, or, family. You got to do it for your family. And I've told him for a long time. That's why it is what it is. And I said for a long time, it's like family makes zero sense to me. Because the only thing that I see that family does is they use and abuse you. And I've watched this happen my whole life, so I was always wary of family anyways. And until I started to distance myself and kind of cut people off, and then I really stepped away. And I would tell other people, like, why do you keep letting people take advantage of you that in your family? And they would say, because they're my family. I'm like, it doesn't matter though. Like for me, none of that makes sense. Like for me, blood makes zero sense because I have zero. I've never met anyone with the same blood that I have. I've never met anyone that has the same genetics that I have. Nobody. So for me, that doesn't exist. That logic doesn't exist. The experience does not exist. I had a confrontation with somebody before because they told me that, they were kind of around the thing telling me that I'm wrong. I was like, no, I can't. You can't tell me I'm wrong. I don't have it. That experience does not exist for me. And your perception is your perception, but my perception doesn't exist. Blood does not exist for me. And the family that I was in, it doesn't exist either. Because now I'm exiting that out. Because I didn't choose you. You said you chose me. That's fine. But it's a two-way street here. And unless I choose you back, it doesn't fucking matter. And people can get mad all day. But if I don't choose you, you're nothing. You can want me as much as you want. And you should. Because I'm a prize to be had. But you have to treat me with respect and be kind and not try and manipulate me or alternative motives me and all this stuff now. And so now I just don't have time to deal with it. I don't care about it. You go live your life, I live mine. I wish you the best. I hope you the best. I love you. I just don't have time for you. I don't have time to right the wrongs of 35 years for every human being that I've ever met. I just don't have time. I'm not going to waste the time that I have now, that I am gifted from the Creator and the universe and all of it. I'm not going to waste my time for the rest of that. I'm just not going to do it. This is my time to live my life. Cut ties from all of that in the past. And experience life through my eyes now, with my perceptions, with my logic, with my feelings. Not yours. Because yours are yours. Do what you want. You got to deal with your own world that you created. I destroyed the world that everyone else created for me. And that's a better way for me to look at it. I accepted it and created it, yes. But I was using what I thought because I didn't know any better. And it was just ignorant and stupid and childish and dumb. It is what it is. It was perfect. But now I understand that I don't care. You're not my dad. You're definitely not my mom. You're whatever. I pick and choose what I want to make my life now. It's not good or bad. You can get mad if you want. And if you do, look in yourself and see what's making you mad. Because that's the point of all of this. This is me just speaking my truth. And if you choose to listen and surrender your time to me, you have to hear it. If it makes you mad, boom, it's a trigger. Meaning there's something inside of you that is causing you to get triggered. I'm not triggering you. I can't. I don't know where that button is. I don't know where that trigger is. And then again, I probably only touched you a couple times my whole life. So I'm not triggering you. It's something inside of you that is being triggered because of the speak that's coming out of my mouth. I understand that the words that come out of my mouth are powerful and strong, and they are a knife. And they are a dagger, and they will split you open. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. And I will continue to do it until all of eternity. That is part of my purpose. To trigger the world. I knew this a long time ago. I battled this for weeks in my own head. Well, I knew the reason that I was here was to trigger the world to change. To bring this type of concept to this world. To bring crossroads to people's lives. To say something that they can't take back. And once it comes out of my mouth, it is true. It is real. It is vibration that lasts for all of eternity. This is why I trigger people months later. This is why I say everything that I do. This is why I say I whip in love bombs in there. Yeah, they're ticking. They're going to go off at some point, and then you're going to get rocked. And you're going to be at a crossroads, and you're going to have to either choose to change or live in the hell that you created. It's up to you. I'm happy. I'm living my movie. And it's fun. Even when I'm stuck laying there in my room because I'm not painting. And the whole time I'm just like, maybe I should just paint. And I'm like, no, I'm tired. I just need to sit, rest, whatever this is. Stare off into oblivion. And just be. Because Cody's always going. Like you really need the rest. I almost didn't talk tonight. I may not even talk tomorrow night. I knew I had this song and I knew I had the video. So I was like, I kind of got to talk tonight to get this one over with. But it's crazy, man. Like, cause me and him were talking and he was just like, dude, I don't understand this. Like, dude, that's just fucking love, bro. It's like, dude, it's love. It's the most overwhelming feeling in the world to have someone who has no ties to you. That's not in your family. Something that you don't even know exists. And then they come up and they offer you fucking love. And the whole time in your head, you're like, I do not deserve this. And I'm like, dude, you definitely deserve this. I've watched you. You're a selfless human being. Because you're like me. You give. No matter how bad it is on you. Like, this is your time to receive. And you have to receive this. Because it's a lesson. And you deserve whatever comes. Because you spent a life of less than to help other people in need. And if someone wants to freely give you something, you accept it. Yeah, it sucks. It's hard. It's difficult. It is not fun. I've received more in the last year than I've ever received. Than I've ever accepted. It just didn't happen for me. I wasn't capable of it before. But as I've matured, I understood if you give, you have to be able to receive. Yes, I'd rather give. But you have to be able to receive. Because you deserve everything. You deserve all things, and especially if you're a good human being that is selfless. Dude, I just kept laughing. I kept laughing. He's like, this is tearing me up. I'm going to be thinking about this for weeks. I said, yeah, I know. I know. It's like, why do you think I go outside and talk in my truck all night? Or every night? And I've been doing it. I said, you've watched me change. You know that I'm a different human being. And I said, I went through that feeling, that overwhelming feeling of understanding what love is. And it's the greatest feeling in the world. And it changes you. And I can walk around this world and I can look at human beings. And what's sad is, the majority of them have never felt love. Never. Never. When we talked, I said, think about it. I said, have you ever felt this feeling before? And he said, no. He's like, he said off a couple of times when he felt a little bit like it. And I said, think about it. Think about your dad. Think about your mom. Think about your wife. Have you ever felt love like this? And he was like, no. Because none of that was real love. That was just aspects of love. It wasn't the totality of what love really is. When you freely give something away, with no obligations, with no alternative motives, with zero conditions other than the fact that you love them. That's love. It's the greatest feeling in the world. And many people have never felt it. Ever. Ever. And that's what I do. I love you no matter what. It doesn't mean I'm going to give you time. I love my family unconditionally, but I can't give them time. My time is important. This is my movie. I can live by example, lead by example. You can reach out when you want to reach out and I'll give you time. But I'm not seeking out. You come to me. You come to me. I'll give you all the time in the world. It's really complicated actually. It's a lot of stuff. The reason why I say I'm not coming to you because you have to battle your pride and ego to come to me. You have to do these things to help yourself grow. You have to check yourself. You have to judge yourself in order to come speak to Cody, to me. Because these are things that I had to do for myself. These are the things where I sit in my truck every day for 150 something days or however long, every single day, battling my pride, battling my ego every single day. Growing, telling myself that I'm fucking wrong. And then finding out what's true. Over and over and over again. Admitting you're wrong. That sucks, bro. Because we're all wrapped up in pride and ego. We don't want to say that what we did for 35 years was fucking wrong. We don't want to say what we've done for 40 years is wrong. That the whole time we did it wrong. My whole life was a lie. I created the world I live in. I'm the reason why I'm pissed off. It has nothing to do with my mom. It has nothing to do with my dad. It has nothing to do with that human being that fucking touched me. It was me, the way I perceived it. Yeah. It's fucking hard to get over that shit. But you gotta do it. If you want to enjoy the rest of the time you have. If you want to take your power back. If you want to be in control of the world that you are living. If you want to rip up that script that someone else wrote for you and you just took it and started living it, you have to do it for yourself, not me. I did it for myself. It is what it is. It was regular. It actually wasn't that hard. I say it's hard just to make it, I don't know. Honestly, it was easy. I just always say things like that because I don't know. kind of like maybe to give you guys an ego boost when you do a little bit of stuff like that, and then you can get over it. And it's just like, oh, this was so hard, so I conquered something crazy. But it's not even hard. It's just easy. You just do it. I was wrong. I made a mistake. I want to be happy. It's just consistency, really. And it's not even consistency because you want to do it. Once you feel the feeling of unconditional love, which is regular love, when you love yourself unconditionally and you love yourself and you find out that you're fire, that you're amazing, that anything that anybody else said in this world really doesn't fucking matter at all because they're broken and they're wrong because you were wrong. It's like, what? Okay then. If I was wrong, based on all the information that I gathered from all these human beings that were supposed to love me, that was supposed to be right, that was supposed to understand, supposed to be smarter, and yet they're all broken, they're all doing stuff, they're the ones who are abusing you, they're the ones who put you down, they're the ones who make you second guess yourself. It's like those are the people that need to be at the bottom. Those people shouldn't be in charge of anything. They're not even in charge of themselves. All they do is run around power grab from other people by breaking them. And then now I step in my freedom. I step in my power. I am number one. There was nobody stronger than me in this world. Nobody. Because I don't listen to anybody. Therefore, you have no power over me. I do what I want when I want to do it. And how I see fit to do it. And as long as I keep myself in line with the morals that I've created, are the ones that have been written on me, and the ones that I choose to use, and they shift as I get more knowledge and more understanding, I can choose what I want every single day, and they just morph every single day. But it's because my Creator has written them on me. However, I'm listening to Him and He is me. We are the same. Because I am His creation. And everything that I have is because of Him. He set up the stars. I didn't. He set up the earth. I didn't. But He's given me the dominion over it, as He has for you. And the way that He's done that is because He's given you free will. But with great power comes great responsibility. I don't know, man, life is fun. Life is a blast. You know, and the more I go through this, I understand even more, like, the dark is fun as hell, and the light is fun as hell. And you can partake in both. And once you set a moral ground, you understand that the dark is not bad. There are things that we would say that are bad in the dark, but as long as your main baseline, which is love, and love equals not infringing on someone's free will, like, you're good. Like, literally, like, what do you want to do in this world? As long as you don't infringe in someone's free will, make them do stuff or hurt them, anything flies. There's real repercussions to it, but anything flies. You can do whatever the crap you want. Just don't hurt people. Don't infringe in their free will. Don't make them do anything. Don't manipulate them. Don't trick them. Don't give them alternative motives. Because if you give them an alternative motive, that is not love. You know, it's funny. Like, I had to go through a scenario where I love myself unconditionally. I sat across the table with somebody else and I instantly gave them unconditional love. It sucks. It sucks bad. When you give somebody unconditional love, you have to let them go. That's what the point of love is. You cannot manipulate. You cannot trick. You have to allow them to do whatever the hell you want, no matter how bad you want it. And you gotta allow them to make their decision. And it sucks. And then whatever life that they create and choose, that you have to love them no matter what. And I do. And it's not that I don't care what you do. I just hope the best for you. So every relationship that I look at, I feel like I'm sitting across the table from you. Every relationship. And I love you unconditionally. And no matter what you say, no matter what you do, as long as you try not to hurt me, because if you're gonna hurt me, I'm gonna stop you real quick. But as long as that happens, like physically, you can mentally try and do whatever you want. That doesn't bother me. You have zero power over me. But no matter what, I love you unconditionally. And whatever you choose to do in your life, that's up to you. I have no dog in the fight. You have to deal with your own repercussions. This is why I don't have ties with humans. This is why I don't rely on humans. This is why a lot of things I'm not tied to anyone, because I control my life. I dictate my life. I deal with my own repercussions. And I leave zero control to other humans to control my repercussions. That's dumb. That's ignorant. To give up your power and to allow other human beings to influence what happens to you in your life, that's very ignorant. Very ignorant. And it is what it is. You choose what you want to do. If you want to surrender your power to everyone in your life, then do it, have fun. But you have zero control. And if you're not happy, it's because you're not in control. You're not choosing what you do. And it sucks because it's like a lot of this would be like, well, I give power to my husband. But why? First of all, you guys are a team. You should be a team. There should be equal communication. Well, he's the breadwinner. Yeah, but it's supposed to be equal. It's just a world that you guys are creating together. Well, each person has its task, and one task is not greater than the other task. It's all on the same page. It's supposed to all be on the same whiteboard. Yeah, maybe you do the laundry and take care of the kids, and then he works. But you guys are still equal. And if you think not, you're in some old mind thinking that's only going to end up someone feeling neglected, someone feeling less than in a slave society that you're mimicking from what you've been grown up in. And the church is majorly at fault. The church gets it wrong. It always has and always will. The human being is a human being. Sex has nothing to do with it. Each sex has a task, has different tasks. You guys are partners when you come together. When you have sex together, it goes inside and you become one. It's a puzzle piece. You take life from the sperm and it goes into the incubation chamber. And it goes inside of an egg. You can't have life without one or the other. But the woman is there to create it, to house it, to let it grow. The man is action-oriented, to protect, to go get, to create, or to bring the tangible in. But it's just equal. It's always been equal. I mean, you could sit there with a piece of paper and you could put numbers and scales on it, but that's stupid. Like, why would you do that? Who cares if you make more money than your husband? Who cares? Maybe he stays at home and takes care of the kids. It doesn't matter. Humans have both. Nature and nurture traits are feminine traits and masculine traits. I have both, and mine are equal. And I can shift into either thing that I need to whenever I need to. Doesn't make me any less than a man, and it doesn't make me super feminine. I have both. And I'm proud of it. When I walk around the world, I can understand. I can watch. I can watch how people react to me. I can watch how kids look at me, and they're drawn to me. Animals are drawn to me. Because I have both. I am love, nature, nurture. as I am also masculine. But 99% of the time, I don't have to be this masculine man that everyone is afraid of. And even then, that's not a man. If you walk around picking fights all the time and trying to show dominance, you have zero dominance. The man that's most dominant doesn't have to show any. Because that man knows what he's capable of, and he doesn't even have to use it. He is just him. It's funny. It's funny. I've watched myself. I remember what I've done. I remember how I've acted growing up. I know I was loud and obnoxious as a child. I know when I was trying to impress somebody and I would be loud or obnoxious, scream top of my lungs and just try to get attention. Trying to impress somebody. It was childish and dumb. I was nothing but a scared boy just trying to get attention. Now I don't care about attention at all. Like I said, there was one human being that I would enjoy, I would love to have their attention. But I'm also not going out of my way to get their attention either. Because that's love. I have to allow them to do what they need to do. But I'm fine on my own. I love myself completely. And anything else that comes into my life and that I accept into my life, that's just extra. It's just extra. I came in this world by myself and I'm going to go out by myself. Anything in between that is extra. And it's a blessing and it's a gift. And when it's here, it's here. And when it's not, it's not. I can't dwell on that. I can't neglect myself and pity party myself and feel alone. I honestly, I don't. I'm just me. Life is fun, man. Life is a blast. I don't know where this talk went. I don't even know what I said, bro. You know, it's so funny, like, you know, acting a fool when you're a child. Honestly, dude, I was thinking about the word impressive earlier. And, because I listened to my talk all day, like, over the speaker, and it was cool for me because it was different, and it was, like, echoing through the house. It was super loud. I had it all the way up. And, it was just different for me to hear it, like, ambient sound around me. And, like, so I could feel it in my body. I could feel the vibration. I could feel the tones coming through my body when it's usually just going through my ear, right? And it was weird to be just fully engulfed in yourself on a level that, even though I listened to it in my truck, this was different because it was silent. My truck is very loud. It's a diesel, so, like, whatever. So it's quiet in this house. It's just me. And I'm just rolling the ceiling or whatever and stomping the ceiling and just listening to myself talk. And it sticks out to me talking about what is impressive. And it kind of broke me a little bit when I heard it a couple of times. I listened to that talk at least twice. And, you know, like, what is impressive? Like, and I was like, well, what's impressive is you holding the door open for an older lady, for a woman or whatever. And, what's impressive is you helping somebody. Or what's impressive is you giving all your money away. That's impressive. And then it clicked in my head. Then when I got my tattoo, I wanted the word magnificent, but it was just so big, and it just wouldn't have. It would have been crazy all the way around my arm or something. And I'm probably gonna get that word anyways at some point. Maybe if I continue to get tattoos, I don't know. I may get some more actually next week. But I realized in my head, I was like, wait a minute, dude, I have the word impressive written on me. And then you're like, well, fuck, dude. Cody, you are impressive. You are impressive. Like, you're walking in your true, authentic self. You're saying and doing what you think is right. You're living that talk. You're showing that talk everywhere you go. You literally tell people what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. You don't care if people throw shade on it. A lot of these things is like people always say, well, don't tell people your plans because they're gonna put stuff out and they're gonna talk negative to you. Fucking do it. Send me that negative energy. I told you I transmute it. I want it. It's free. You guys are freely giving me your power. When you talk bad about me or you say I'm not going to be able to do something or that I'm on the wrong path and I'm not doing something, I'm not following God, whatever it is that you think you know, you have no idea. No one knows anything about me. But I guarantee you when I step in your presence, you know. You know why you get mad. You know why I trigger you. It's because it's stuff inside of you that you see in me that you do not know how to get. You do not know how to obtain. But it's in you. And all I am is a walking poster board of what you can be. What you are intended to be, which is fucking great. Which is everything, because that's what you are. You're the greatest actor of your movie. You have superpowers. Anything you want to do in your mind, you can do it. You're capable of it. Nothing will hold you back except yourself. Nothing. That is the point of being here on this earth. That is the point of me. To show you that it is possible. And if you choose to be who you are, you will fly. Yeah. Everyone in the world says you can't. I'm saying you can. Why the fuck not? It's your world. If you're 60 years old and you want to get a college degree, go get one. I believe in you. I got your back. If you want to be an artist, if you want to play the drums, if you want to create a product, if you want to help people, if you want to, anything you want to do, I got your back. I believe in you. I know it's possible. You're a monster. You're love. And this whole universe got your back. I mean, if you want to take over the world and stuff like that, and I don't know, that's weird. I don't see any reason for that. But everything that involves yourself, I want you to understand free will and all this stuff. Anything within your capacity that involves you is all possible. Dude, I love people so much. They make me so happy. They make me so happy. They made me so happy, bro. I feel bad. I gotta get better at saying names. I really do. And I've watched myself. I've judged myself over the last couple months, really. I mean, I knew I did it. This girl, she always used my name. And I was like, when she was texting me and stuff like that, and I was like, why do you keep using my name? And I looked it up online, and I was like, oh, boom, there it is. And I realized why people use their name when they text and stuff like that. Just, you know, I always knew why people use names speaking, and I never use it. You know, because it becomes more intimate, and also I always saw it as fake, and it's not always fake. It's not. But I watched people use it as a power move, where it opens someone up and it makes them vulnerable when you use their name. And so therefore, Cody's little brain here, Cody is always like, I'm going to do things different. I want to do things in a way where actions speak louder than words. When you know that I fucking love you, you know that I'm surrendering to you, you know I'm giving you time. But I'm not going to manipulate you and open you up and make you vulnerable because I use your name. However, I don't know if I should start using people's names or not. But at the end of the day, I connect to you as a human being. I don't connect to you as to your name. It takes me a while because I know you. I know your presence. I know the way you feel. I know your energy. And so when I come to you, when I'm in front of you, when I speak to you, even if I do not say you or know your name, because that means nothing to me. That's just something that somebody else calls you. And to me, you're you. I don't need to know your name. You're you. And I'm me. My whole life, people would call me all kinds of stuff. And I always answered all of it, every single time. Tony, whatever, like anything. I was like, whatever. You're talking to me. I get it. I'm not going to correct you. If you think that that's my name, then that's my name. That's fine. I don't care. My name means nothing. I didn't choose it. It was given to me. Maybe one day I change my own name. I choose my own name. Right now it's Cody. I've been talking about changing my name for a while. I probably won't do it until I get a partner, because that's a decision that two of us need to make, I think. And mostly because I don't care. I truly don't care what my name is. It makes zero difference for me. If anything, my name is Hoss, and I just don't care about my name. My name makes zero. It is what it is. It's exactly what it is, but I don't know. I just don't really care about it. And but I don't know. So I met this girl the other day, and she just remembered my name, and I was like, man, I feel like such a dick. I don't even know her name, and like she knew mine. But it's like at the same time, it's like I'm just being nice to her. I'm just gonna be nice as I can to her. But maybe in situations where when someone knows my name and uses my name, I need to use their name in return. I don't know. I'm just learning. I'm trying to become a better human being. And if that makes people feel good about themselves, that Cody learned somebody's name and said my name, he knows my name, then maybe I should do it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist yet, and even though I probably have high level knowledge in the field itself, but I don't know. All I do know is a lot of things that I don't do or do is because I don't want to manipulate people at all. I don't want to trick them. I don't want to open them up to try and manipulate them, or I don't want to do things to them that's just backhanded or sneaky or sly. Now I will throw little love bombs in there. But that's just me. I'm just throwing love. You can't stop that. I don't see anything negative about it. But I don't know, man. I'm just trying to learn. And I'm just trying to just go through life and just become my best self. And make sure that every instant with another human being is exactly what it needs to be. And it is. It is. And I watch myself every day. And I watch myself every day. And it's super weird because sometimes I'm super flirty. But it's not that. It's not that I'm really flirty. I'm just having fun. And I'm just being lively, and because really I don't flirt with anybody. Like I'm just being Cody, and I truly don't want anything from you. Like I said, like when I get my eyes set on something, like Little Hoss, he only needs one. He doesn't want everyone. He just wants one. He doesn't want everyone. Like it's boom. In the discussion, like my crosshairs are set, and I can't divert from that. Nothing else is even in my radar. And because it's nothing else makes sense to me except one thing. And maybe that's the wrong way to look at it. I don't know. But I don't care. I'm not chasing anything. But I'm just being me. And that's why I friend zone people. And but that's just me. I male or female, like I'm gonna have that same energy always. And it's really weird because I've kind of watched. It's really weird. I went out with some people once, and I think it was a boyfriend and girlfriend, and I was sitting in the middle, and there was one on each side of me. The girl was on the left, and the guy was on the right. And being that I look people in the eyes, it's really weird sometimes, because like it doesn't matter if they're male or female. Like if I'm talking to you, I'm surrendering and I'm giving time to you, especially if you're a male or a female. Like it doesn't matter. Whoever's in front of me, I'm all in. And it was really weird because we started talking about growing and all this stuff, and then she just started. It was so weird. I don't know if maybe. I think a lot of times, I think people, being that I'm so nice and so open and vulnerable, it's real weird. I don't know. I guess I do put off like sexual vibes. I think. But that's just a way to be vulnerable with people. I don't know. She started asking me about just all of it, and she's like, she asked me a couple times. She's like, you have to question your sexuality when you start going through this process of learning who you are and surrendering and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I was like, but I didn't really talk about this because I was like, I understood that I've got weird vibes. Where like I think I do have some kind of like, I would hate to say siren qualities, but that's the only way I can kind of describe it. Where I can kind of attract everyone. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what sex it is. I think I draw people in because I look in their eyes. And I think not only is that a confidence thing, and it's real, and it's authentic, and it's true, but it's super weird because sometimes I do get weird vibes where I feel that male or females tend to get attracted to me in a weird way sometimes, and so then I can watch the demographic between them two, and it's funny to me because it's like this is just part of who I am as Cody. I understand that I have the ability to make everyone vulnerable. It doesn't matter their sex, and I understand that I do have a magnetic pull to me, and that I'm, for some real reason, able to connect to everyone. And I understand it. I actually understood this whole process the whole time I've been changing, because I understood that what was happening to me was being that I did bring up feminine traits, and then I learned to control my masculine traits. I understood that I was able to kind of attract both, and it wasn't good or bad, it just was. And I understood that I now have even more power, being that I'm over both, and I can attract both. And then, like I said, with great power comes great responsibility, so you just can't take advantage of any of that, especially that sexual energy that you put off. And so, whatever, I talk about everything, I don't care. And so I understand that, like, it was just a funny demographic between a girlfriend and a boyfriend, and like me and him were talking about very crazy stuff about his life and what he's gone through, and then me and her were talking about super crazy stuff about her process and her life and what she's gone through. And it's just like, it doesn't really matter the sex, because I don't really see sex, I just feel people. And I understand that we're all human beings that are capable of both qualities. And I just knew that I had to learn how to break both, how to break inside both, how to free up both, how to make any sex become vulnerable with me. And it has nothing to do with like sex itself. It just has to do with being able to be authentic and real and vulnerable enough to allow any sex to kind of open up and be comfortable enough with me to share what's on their mind, so they can hear it for themselves, and then they can speak their truth and hear their truth, and then know how to start working on it because they said it, spoke it, and made it real. But it was just funny, like, because she asked me a couple times in a row. I was like, I guess, yeah. I mean, you kind of have to question everything. You have to question all things. That's kind of the process of when you change and you find unconditional love within yourself. You have to question everything. You have to question what you were raised in, how your life was, how it was dictated, how every thought process, every right and wrong, every good versus evil, every light versus dark, every road you've went down, everything, and you have to question it. And it's like, what is real, and what is controlled by man, what is made by man. And it's like, you have to just question everything, and there's no real right or wrong answer. It's just, what do you find to be true for yourself? And it's just life. And like I said, if you can question one thing, you have to question all things. And you have to be willing to check your pride and ego and understand that you could be wrong about everything. And to reevaluate everything that you've ever thought of. Because there's a lot of stuff that we don't understand yet. And depending on the way you were raised and the rules and regulations that someone else drafted onto your head, like, everything changes. And I've done studying into conspiracies a long time ago, and so, like, this is not a conspiracy, but you know, the presidents are bred. They're bred to become presidents. Like, they're go through special schools. They're catered to become who they become. And all those elites, they're all wrapped in bloodlines, and they all go to this. They're all in the same societies. They all go through the same processes, right? And so the whole point is this. They can be programmed to have a certain set of rules and regulations on them from when they were little. It's the same thing as the globe in the school. From the first day you go to school, there's a globe in there. So you're going to be programmed that you live on a ball earth from the day you walk into school. Whether we live on a ball earth or a flat earth, it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with anything. But this is just saying that this is how they program you for a certain idea. Doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just, that's how they do it. They get you when you're little. They get you when you're little, and they tell you that this is it. And don't ever question it. It's the same thing with Sunday school and church and Mass. Seventh-day Adventist, Buddhist, Muslims. All religions do this. And why haven't these religions changed over thousands of years? Really? Because it's word of mouth. It's taught by their elder before them. That doesn't mean it's right. It just means once those manuscripts were written, you guys just continued to do that, and then when you were told what that passage was supposed to be, you just quote what your dad told you, and he quotes what his dad told him, and then he quotes what his dad told him. When everything else in the world is changing and evolving, I guess. It's just changing. But I need to look up the definition of evolve, but I don't think what we are doing is evolving per se. Maybe the human species is evolving with material and technology, but as far as the human body, we're devolving. We're getting sicker, we're getting weaker. Our bodies may be getting bigger, but that's just because introducing chemicals that ultimately just kill us, and they cause crazy side effects. And that's just the increase in stuff. But ultimately, it's like horsepower. So like when you have an engine that is diesel, diesels are created to have so many hours of operation per horsepower. And so like when you bump that horsepower up, the hours of operation has to go down, because instead of you using 10 horsepower per hour, now you're using 250 horsepower per hour. And so the order of operation goes down because you're using 250 instead of 10. And so it's just quicker. The operation time goes by quicker, so it doesn't last as long. And so that's kind of what we're doing as humans, is we have an order of operation time on our bodies if we're at max potential, and if we feed it the right things, and our foods and water don't have those chemicals in it, and we're not all this crap. And but over time, this is why our lifespans go down and down and down. It's because we're increasing things that we shouldn't be increasing, and we're fatter than we are, and it's eating up those hours. Our bodies are having to work harder, our hearts will have to work faster and harder, and then they get clogged, and just all this stuff. It's just because of the foods and the water we drink, you know? And it's just a cycle that we're just slaves that are controlled by an elite class that that they're even slaves too. Like the people on TV are slaves to somebody else that we do not see. To people with even more money, where they're doing whatever the hell they want in the now. So they don't really care, because they're having fun. They're doing what they want. Sex, drugs, all the time, whatever. Living in pleasures, which is fine. Pleasure is fun. But it's not the totality of life, and it's not the full experience, and it's a selfish one. Even though, yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of stuff that I say it's pretty complicated, but it's simple at the same time, because there's always multiple perspectives, and it's my gift, my curse, I guess. Well, I can see multiple perspectives on everything. Well, I guess if you're a single-minded individual, which there's a lot of them are, and that's why you get so trapped in a religion, because you're so single-minded. You know, when like the water's wet everywhere. The water's wet for everyone. Even if the water's muddy over here, and in another country the water's blue, and over there the water is red. Just because where you live the water is blue, it doesn't mean that the water that's muddy or the water that's red is better or worse than. It's still water. Maybe you have to use a couple different processes if you were to drink that water, but it's still water. I don't know. I just the single-mindedness of a single religion makes zero sense, and then it just makes zero sense. There's no logic in that. Like, there's really not. There's no way. There's no way that you can truly say this way. Put it this way. There's no way that you can get past your pride and ego to say that your church, that your understanding is completely right of how religion works, and that your religion, the one that says you can't show your ankles, but you can get drunk, you can beat your wife, as long as you keep it hidden behind closed doors. But as long as you go to church on Sunday morning and take communion, you're good. You eat a piece of bread and Great Welch's grape juice, you're good. And then you continue to do the same act over and over again for all of eternity. Makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. Like, what are you even doing? You're just taking a break from whooping your wife's ass, to go to church and take your hat off when you walk into the building. but it doesn't make you a good human being. Whether you can have the Indians over here that love nature and they don't hurt a fly, and you're saying that they're wrong? They're wrong, and you're right? Are you though? I guess, to each his own. I don't know. You do you. I'm just saying. You know, those people have hearts, and you got a heart, and Chinese have hearts, and Hindus have hearts, and Muslims have hearts, and you know, like, I don't. That makes sense. We're all humans. We all have hearts. But if I don't take communion, then I'm not gonna be saved. Saved from what? Saved from what? The afterlife of what? Like, we don't even know what that is. We have no idea what that is. Because once you're gone, you're gone. So we do what? I don't know. I'm just saying, question it. To each his own, whatever makes you sleep at night. But you can't condemn somebody else for what they believe because you're pride and ego. You can't bring fire and brimstone down on somebody because they were raised different than you, that their father before them taught them something that they were taught from their father before them. A roll of the dice. Because in my eyes, we all have hearts. Where did those hearts come from? I don't know. They all look the same. They're all made the same. Huh, weird, huh? Weird, huh? We all have different gods, but all our hearts are the same. So these gods that are in power, that don't want any other gods before them, once they all created us all from the inside of our skin exactly the same, and these gods are telling you, no, you can't worship the other god, even though they all combined their powers together. I'm just thinking, they all combined their powers together to create a human. And they all used the same template. They just said, you know, we're going to spray paint this one brown. We're going to spray paint this one blonde hair, blue eyes. We're going to spray paint this one red, green, yellow, black and white, whatever. All precious in His sight. I'm just saying. Either the Creator, being singular, being one, created all things. I mean, think about it like this. Think about how stupid humans are. Like, why don't we have one dude running the whole world? Because we can't. Or maybe we do, actually. We just don't know about it. Actually, there's a high possibility that we do. I would maybe say maybe one family. But like, we have different countries for a reason. We have different leaders for a reason, because no one can collab. Because they're all stuck in their own pride and ego. They can't agree on anything. We have treaties. And that's just so we don't blow each other off the map. But there's all backhanded deals all in those treaties. Everyone's screwing everyone. Because everyone's so in their pride and ego. It's all about the money. It's not really about the people. And you got, yeah, I'm not even gonna go into that. But they would never come together and create something. I don't think so, unless it was so good. I mean, maybe I'll do it, but I don't know, man. We're getting closer and closer to the future, and it's cool. But all I gotta say is, like, all the trees are trees everywhere in the world. You know, all the birds in the world are still birds. You know, all the deers are still deer. Yeah, they're all different sizes, and they all adapt to their environment, but they all still have the same insides. Like, I don't get it. I truly don't get it. Pretty much the biggest point is we're all human beings. And like, if you really was to look at it, if you was truly to look at it, everyone got a roll of the dice. And the world that you come up in is going to dictate what religion you follow. You know, and it is kind of funny. If you look at every religion, you have people coming from other religions to new ones. And then you have people in those religions escaping those religions and going to other ones. Or going on their own and Xing out religion all completely. But it's almost like it doesn't matter what religion you're in, people are going to have bad things to say about it, and are not going to believe it, or going to be harmed in it. Because it all has to do with people. It never truly has to do with the Creator or God. However, you put so much you look to a God to solve all your problems, and then when he does not solve your problems for you, you get pissed off and run. When in the totality of it, if I say this all the time, if God fixed everything for you, what would the point be? Why would you even exist? There would be zero reason for you to exist. You create the world that you live in based on all your choices. That's the point of free will. You are creating your own movie. You're the director. God said you're the director of your own movie. You get to choose what you want to do. If you want to go on a 4-week bender, go on a 4-week bender. But there are real repercussions to it. You want to stick your dick in everything. On this side of the Mississippi, have fun. However, there are real repercussions to it. He's not going to save you from that. There's real repercussions. You create the world you live in. You create the scenarios that you walk into. Then you have a choice. That's love. I don't understand how we don't understand that that's what love is. Love is me sitting across the table, laying it out on the table, and then allowing someone to walk away. Even if I wanted that, so I, completely. I saw the great potential in it. I thought it was a good deal. Your child's broken, my child's broken. I'm gonna heal mine. Let's heal it together. It'll be fun for both of us. I did my part. I did what I said I was going to do. I healed my heart. The other side's you. You do what you want to do. I love you. I love everyone. I sit across the table from everyone and say the same thing over and over and over again. I'm healing my kid. I'm taking control of my life. You can do it with me. It'll be fun. There is a risk, though. Because there's always a risk. But it's worth it. It was for me. And now look at the result that I have. And now I'm closer to my Creator, whoever created me, to my Father, I don't know why you would call him a father. I mean, he's the creator. He created me, or he's allowing me to live. He's giving me everything that I need. He's giving me the ability of having free will. And like I look at it, again, I understand that pride and ego is the downfall of man. However, for the last however long I've been changing, yeah, maybe he gave me the strength, or he gave me the direction, or he put me in a parameter. He controlled things outside of my life. He blocked people out of my life. Maybe distractions, so I could just stay focused. Yeah, he's done a lot. But I still had to act. I still had to wake up every day. I still had to physically get in my truck and speak, open my mouth. Maybe he's talking for me. But I'm still having to act and do it. That's the free will. I have to want to do it, and then do the things to want to do it, and then physically do it. I have to physically go in there and pick up a paintbrush. He's not going to do it for me. Maybe he's helping me paint. Maybe he's coming through me, and ultimately it's him, the transitive property, obviously. But I'm still having to do it. I'm having to walk there. I'm having to drive there. I'm having to take my time and sit there and be quiet. If you sit in your room all day long, nothing's going to change. If you sit there and dwell in the past all day long, nothing's going to change. If you sit there and dream about the future all day long, nothing's going to change. The only thing you can change and control is right now. What are you doing right now? What are you correcting right now? What are you changing right now? What are you walking towards right now? That's life. And you're missing it. Stuck in the past. Stuck with old ideas. Stuck with old mindsets. Stuck with things that your dad's dad told them. It may or may not be true. You won't find out until you reevaluate it for yourself, based on you, based on your perception, based on your experiences in life. It's the whole thing of, if you had zero food and you had zero money and your family was starving, is it ethical? Is it okay to go steal food? I don't know. I have no idea. But if my family was hungry and I had zero food, the only option was to steal it so they could survive, you do what you gotta do. Whether it's right or wrong, who cares? It's all based on perception. It's all based on a perception of some other man. Some other man-made laws and rules that I didn't agree upon. Did you? I was born into these rules. No. I don't give a fuck. They're not my rules. I make my own rules. I live by my own rules. Yeah, this is kind of like anarchy-ish type of stuff. But I know my rules. And my rules are better than the rules that are already here. And my rule is literally just one. Don't infringe somebody's free will. Because that's love. And I'm living it. I'm literally living it. I'm in my own world. How many of you guys even see me outside in this world? Hardly anybody. I'm having fun. I'm having a blast without you. That sounds weird, but I'm having fun. Even tired as hell. Even sleepy. I don't know, man. Whatever. I'm not breaking anything. I'm not hurting anybody. You tell me if I'm wrong. It really doesn't matter. I'm not gonna listen. I make my own rule. I don't answer to any man. Zero. But today was cool, man. Every day just goes by like it does, and it's fun. Every day's fun. It's fun. It's like it's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing to be able to talk. It's a blessing to give myself time. I could do anything right now, but I'm doing this. Because this is the most important thing. These are lessons for me. Yeah, maybe you listen, maybe you don't. I don't know. To each his own. If I can help, if I can inspire, call me. Reach out. Email me. I'll give you real time. I'll give you real time. I love you unconditionally. But I'm not gonna fight for your time. It makes zero sense. Either you want to give me time or you don't. I'm fine either way. That just needs more time for me. Do whatever I want. It's fun. It's love. It's love. Today was cool, man. Like I said, and then that dude telling me like, dude, I was just laughing so hard, man. I was like, dude, that's love, bro. That's love. It's overwhelming. Your heart grew 10 sizes today. You're the Grinch. It's funny. It's funny because I sat and I watched mine grow. I watched my life change. I watched my understanding change. I watched my demeanor change. Every day I wake up, I'm not pissed. It's like this. I'm happy to wake up. It's a blessing. I appreciate it. I'm grateful. Because it's another day. I have more time. I have a purpose. I have a reason. It's cool, man. It's cool because, like, honestly, a lot of, like, before I started, like, another question that I had was, like, what is my purpose in life? Because my purpose is not me just going to work every day pissed off. I was like, what is my purpose? And that was another question because every man and woman need purposes in life. You know? And a lot of that purpose is to procreate and have kids, right? To teach. I think we all are ingrained to be teachers. And it's just we teach our kids better information than what we had before us. That's what we're supposed to do. The only thing is, us as humans have been so lazy and been stuck with such pride and ego and so busy surviving the world system that we've not been able to take time to reevaluate what we were taught. And so instead, we just blindly follow what is laid before us. And so over time, the people in power have learned this and said, well, we can just implement this stuff, in small quantities over time and to get the result we need within 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. And that's exactly what they've done. Take control. Little at a time. It's like putting a lobster in boiling water. If you put him in boiling water, he's going to freak out. But if you are a frog, if you put a frog in water, as long as you just turn the temperature up slowly, he won't even know. But he's frying, he's going to die. And that's what they've done to us. they just put us in water, and then they started cranking it up over time to absolute death. But we're just so stupid. We didn't know. We acclimated to the temperature over time, but we're really just burning in the inside until we're dead, cooking us completely. And that's what the government has done. We get so blinded with the two-party system when it doesn't even matter. But then again, like I said, that is complicated because the world is sheep. No one wants to take control. No one wants to be in power. No one's capable of it. I'm capable of it. But it's hard to get there. So you have to destroy the system and then make it new. And then you got to sacrifice things in order to do that. And it's like, is that even something that I even want? Would I want to bring a wife and kids into that? Why I would have to neglect them in order to freaking help the free world understand how to become happy and have freedoms and stuff like that? I don't know. I was just going to live my life. And if you choose to become happy, if you need time, if you want to become happy, if you want to do what I've done, come to me. That's the right way to do it. And we'll let all the sheep be sheep over there. Let them be ruled by somebody else that wants to know what you're doing in your bedroom with your wife, wants to control how many kids you have. I don't know. Wants to do this, wants to do that, wants to shoot you up with chemicals to make you docile, to make you not be able to think for yourself, call you crazy if you talk to yourself, if you give yourself time, if you look for knowledge outside of the school system. This is all just crazy system that just needs to be done with. We just need to start anew with the things that do matter, which is people, which is understanding love, which is understanding the universe, understanding the earth. To understand that you're in your own movie. Understand how to have fun. Understand what's really important. Understand that humans are worth everything. No human is greater than the other. It's just, what do you choose? How do you live? Do you take a stand? Or do you continue to be a sheep? It's not right or wrong. To each his own. It's your life. I just choose to stand. Even if I'm only 5'4". I'm always standing. And everyone's always having to look down to me. Always. Because I'm the mouse. The rest of the world is the elephant. The mouse and the elephant. That's my story. I holla. Love y'all. Peace. Check up on it, son, to say, son, you feeling alone? That you left me all on my own, I'm so alone. I keep praying and praying, but you never call my phone. Think it's best we part ways behind these closed doors, so they don't vision me here. And fuck this shit, man, I'm bored with all your intentions.
insecurities, I tried to make it right. And trust me, it was me and you every single night. Every night non-stop when you were playing on my mind. Every night in my thoughts and my mind be playing. I told you that I'm sitting reminiscing about the nights, and my demons getting closer and they're trying to take my life. And every night when you was wrong but I was sitting by your side. The old me has died and the new me has cried. Ice in my veins, I be sitting dreaming. It's like 1, 3 a.m. and I ain't even sleeping.
What if I told you that I love you? Would you tell me that you love me back? What if I told you that I miss you? Would you tell me that you miss me back? Listen, this be crazy.
Time, so she run with someone else and just making my life worse. It didn't even help, yeah.
Would you believe me?
What if I told you that I'm sitting reminiscing about the nights, and my demons getting closer and they're trying to take my life. And every night when you was wrong but I was sitting by your side. The old me has died and the new me has cried. And I'm trying to put my family on a payslip, and one day this pain will be weightless. And they don't wanna see us shining so they hate us, and we be cruising through the stars of the spaceship. So I smore the pain away, think about them rainy days, and take my life, yeah, the suicide is many ways. And ain't got much up, so I come into the music way. Cause when I smoke it takes the pain away. So I smoke the pain away, think about them rainy days, and take my life, yeah, the suicide is many ways. And ain't got much up, so I come into the music way. Cause when I smoke it takes the pain away. I can't feel no motion, so my heart is turned to ice. Man, I had to roll the dice, and I had to do it twice. When you're too nice to people and there's always a price. And I'm sitting here thinking about the days when I was right, and I'm thinking about the days when you sat and you played me. The same days that you promised you wouldn't break me. The same days that you said you'd never hate me. But it is what it is, and lately ice in my veins, I be sitting dreaming. It's like 1, 3 a.m. and I ain't even sleeping. I be deep in the past life and it has me bleeding. So I pour a double cup and this shit has me leaning. 14 years battling in my own thoughts, and 15 years when I won in that sport, and 16 years, 3 deaths, broken chords. Now with this knowledge I'm sitting here, I'm losing all that. I told you that I'm sitting reminiscing about the nights, and my demons getting closer and they're trying to take my life. And every night when you was wrong but I was sitting by your side. The old me has died and the new me has cried. And I'm trying to put my family on a payslip, and one day this pain will be weightless. And they don't wanna see us shining so they hate us, and we be cruising through the stars of the spaceship. Bridges burn, now you're sitting on the surface. Past really hurts, why'd you give all them chances? It's all short term, hopeless, now you're hurting. Fuck love, now you're left in all of this darkness. All of these years and I done it on my own. Had no fatherly figure, so I done it on my own. A man at the house, never even called my phone to check up on his son, to say, son, you feeling alone? That you left me all on my own, I'm so alone. I keep praying and praying, but you never call my phone. Think it's best we part ways behind these closed doors, so they don't vision me here. And fuck this shit, man, I'm bored. With all your insecurities, I tried to make it right. And trust me, it was me and you every single night. Every night non-stop when you were playing on my mind. Every night in my thoughts and my mind be playing. I told you that I'm sitting reminiscing about the nights, and my demons getting closer and they're trying to take my life. And every night when you was wrong but I was sitting by your side. The old me has died and the new me has cried. Ice in my veins, I be sitting dreaming. It's like 1, 3 a.m. and I ain't even sleeping.